Okay. Right, ready?
Thank you for the clinking glasses. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Leo and Lily's wedding reception. For those of you who I haven't had a chance to say hello to yet, I am Chris, otherwise known as Barry.
Hey.
Hi, Chris.
And I'll be guiding you through the rest of the proceedings for this afternoon and this evening. I met Leo in 2008 whenever we joined the same football club. Around that time, we also occasionally attended the same university. I've had the great privilege of spending a hell of a lot of time with Leo and then with Leo and Lily since then, whether it's been living together through various places in London or going on some absolutely incredible trips throughout the years. Now that Leo and Lily have made their promises to each other earlier today, I have promised to make all of you, and that is to bring you through the rest of today with all of the love and laughter that a couple like Leo and Lily truly deserve. And with that, I couldn't think of a better way to begin than by introducing the mother of the bride. Angie's motto in life is to always be lucky in life, and we're so lucky to hear from her today.
Oh, thank you. Hi, everybody. So already, as Bertie said, I'm Angie, and those who don't know me, I'm mother of the bride. Okay? And I'm making this speech on behalf of Adrian, Lily's father, who very sadly is incapacitated and can't join us here today on this wonderful occasion. But he's equally happy that Lily and Leo have tied the knot. Actually make that bloody ecstatic. So Adrian would love to welcome you all on this happy day, and some who have travelled, I understand, from many miles. South Africa features, and Amsterdam, Barcelona, and is it Northumberland? So So firstly, this is the easy part of the speech, saying nice things about our daughter. This is going to sound really schmaltzy, but it's so true. Anyone who knows Lily will know how beautiful she is, not just on the outside, but on the inside. She is kind, pragmatic, passionate, creative, loyal, and the eternal optimist. I love that about you, Lily. Family is so important to her, and in this, James, her brother, myself, and Adrian especially continually feel that love, for which we are hugely appreciative, Lily. Really, I'm going to cry. In fact, the family cohesion has been evidenced every step of this wonderful wedding journey, from being part of the Whitstable proposal through to the engagement celebrations and shaking my booty on the Hindu karaoke. Hindus weren't like that in my day, more's the pity. So, back to Lily's traits and a teenage recollection which will illustrate them and likely embarrass Lily, but not in the way you expect. So, aged around 16, Lily was, like most teenagers, struggling to fund a buoyant social life on a very modest allowance from us and a weekend job. Wasn't helped by the fact she had an aversion to handbags and continually lost her bank card. Remember that? So, frantic phone calls to me chasing letters from the NatWest with replacement cards. I opened one such letter, and it was a statement. Okay, this is bad. Okay, I know this. But I do confess to having a look through the statement to see exactly where all this money was going. One monthly direct debit stood out, and it was not a sum that Lily could easily afford at her age. So I determined to tackle this, just discreetly, but not. Turns out she had been supporting a young girl in Asia through a charity for some time, and she never told myself or Adrian. Yeah. Well done, Lily. That is just such a kind, and generosity of spirit, which is just so you. I'm also glad to say that Lily has latterly acquired a very practical taste for handbags. So after some years of moving through her career, always demonstrating a fantastic work ethic, Lily has found her zing. Something that drives her with great passion. And we are so proud of you, Lily. Unbelievably proud. Being honest, we wouldn't have put our money on being a chef, but there you go. You have aced it. Lily's fabulous friendship circle reflects that wonderful person that she is, with friends here and that we've been fortunate to know, some for many, many years. So, what else could this lucky girl want in life? To find her zing, namely the perfect partner. And wow, has she aced that too! I was kept in the dark for several months after Lily started dating Leo, but suspected something was serious afoot. The only feedback gleaned from the source, who shall remain nameless, was, he's a banker, not sure it's a goer. Well, luckily that wasn't a massive hurdle, and thank goodness. Leo, who we've got to know well, is the mirror image of Lily. Except for one thing, the signature laugh, okay? He is equally kind, generous, thoughtful, and fun. He is the son-in-law that we could only have dreamt of. And anyone who is lucky enough to spend time in their company will know that these two are just meant to be. They are the perfect team. They're an absolute joy to be around. Lily and Leo, you will have the most fantastic life together, and you will ride the bumps better than any couple that we know. So the icing on the cake is that Leo comes fully equipped with the most fabulous family. Val, Mike, Billy, and Oscar, who have fully welcomed Lily and the rest of the Yurtsons into their lives 100%. I bet that many couples here today could not imagine their respective sets of parents spending a weekend together, glamping at a festival, and having a ball! That's me done. I'm now going to leave all the entertaining speeches to the best men. No pressure, boys. And without further delay, and with absolute overwhelming joy, I'm so proud and happy to say, please can you raise your glasses and toast the future of Mr. and Mrs. Harris! Yeah.
Cheers, Angie.
Thank you.
That was fantastic.
Thank you.
Well done. That was honestly brilliant.
Well, wasn't that fun? I'm shortly going to invite Lily up to speak, and as I was preparing for today, I was reminded of the first time that I met Lily. It was at a charity event that I was comparing for a friend, and as part of the charity event, there was an auction. And we'd heard a lot about Lily Yurtson's culinary skills, and all of a sudden, on the auction list appeared Lily's banquet for 10 people. So I thought to myself, oh God, I'm going to have to make sure that this is the biggest prize of the night. I really want Lily to know that all of Leo's friends are good eggs. I really want to make Lily feel special. So as the bidding for this particular item is starting to peter out a little bit, I've really turned on the charm, I've really turned on the enthusiasm, and got the price up by a couple £100. I was absolutely chuffed with myself, absolutely buzzing. The next day I was like, oh, it's great, Lily will be feeling great, Lily will be really proud of me. That was until I got a text message from the winner of the auction asking me for £100. Apparently I was part of the syndicate. So I spent the whole time bidding against myself. But anyway, the banquet was great and we're here now. So, Lily, if we could have you up at the front, please.
Right. Can we just start by having a massive round of applause for Birdie, just like a music? So they tried to prepare you for having all of your best friends in a room and they tell you it's amazing, but honestly it is 10 times more amazing than anyone would ever tell you. So thank you so much, honestly, just for coming today. I'm now going to do a little speech, just because it's my name. So my first boss told me that a speech is not about you, it's about delivering a message that you want to give clearly to the right people. So with that theme in mind, I want to take the chance today to give everybody that I love a message that I don't usually get the chance to say. The same boss also told me that doing a speech is a lot easier when your audience are a little bit drunk. So, with that theme in mind, we've made some limoncello down the table, and I would love if everybody could pour themselves a shot right now. And if you can help me deliver each message with a really big cheers when I get to you. Mum's had quite a lot of this, I know, so. Right, so you should all hopefully have a shot. So once you've got your shot, I would love if you could help me deliver each message with massive cheers when I get to you. You're on the right track. So the first message that I want to give today is to all of my friends here. I want to tell you how much you rock my world and how fortunate I feel to have shared so much with you through school, university, work, and now today. You're all such a huge part of my life, and you've made me realise how fundamental friendship is to having such a happy and fulfilled one. So the first cheers I want to do is to all of you guys here. So here's a massive cheers for friendship. You are all technically my friends, to be fair, so that's everyone. So the next one is to all of Leo's friends and to the partners of everybody that we love here today. So it's literally a partner of every single person that we love. We've come into each other's life by pure chance because once upon a time you hit it off with someone close to me. I'm lucky enough to have such a good connection with so many of you. One of you I very nearly went into business with. I don't know where he is, but maybe in the future. The message that I want to give you is that I couldn't be happier that the people I love found you, because it means I get to have you in my life as well. And I've got some really good friends now because of that. So I want to have a cheers to new friendship. So cheers! This has turned into just everybody shotting everything, which is great. To our family, friends, and extended family who are here today, we don't have a very big family, especially when we compare it to Leo's gigantic family. But you make our family feel bigger by the relationship you have with my parents and with James and I. Thank you so much for the love and support that you've given to our family. That is felt today more than ever, and for the many treasured memories we have growing up together. I have some really nice memories of Managate Road, some really nice ones of Fulham, some really, really nice ones of Anglesey. So I just want to thank you all so much for being here today and for your friendship to my parents and to us over the years. So yeah, there's a cheers to you. The next message is to someone really special here today. For anyone that doesn't know the story of how Leo and I met, most people do, I think, but I had made a very good friend at work, and she came into my kitchen one day, and she told me without any question of doubt that she had met the man of my dreams. After sitting her down quite gently and telling her on a number of occasions that I wasn't interested, mainly because of what Mum alluded to earlier, that he was a banker. I was very, very surprised to find a very handsome man with a very booming laugh turn up at our dinner out together. And as they say, the rest turned into our future. So, Rachel, I want to tell you how much I appreciate you as a friend, as well as a very talented Cupid. We are so happy that you are here celebrating today, because I'm pretty sure without you, today wouldn't be happening. So here is a massive cheers to you. A special message to my incredible bridesmaids, Mary and Millie, and to my amazing maid of honour, Sophie. Someone once told me that you choose your friend because you admire their traits, so I can see why you three mean so much to me. There are so many things I admire in you, from your charming presence and storytelling, Mary, to your graceful and driven attitude to life and career, Sophie, and to your beautiful hosting skills that make everybody feel like they're part of the family, Millie. You three make me feel undoubtedly supported in life and inspire me to be me each and every day. So I can't love you more. Thank you so much for being the best friends I could have ever wished for, and for making the lead up today so unforgettably special. And to everybody else on the table. The great thing about family is that they are totally unique and you cannot choose them. What you can choose even less is the family of your partner. But it's safe to say that I am completely lucked out. So I will leave a message to all of Leo's family, to uncles, aunties, cousins, nieces, nephews. You have all welcomed me into your family with such open arms from the very beginning, and I can't tell you how truly grateful I am for that. Thank you all so much for the love and enthusiasm that lead up today, and just for our relationship in general. I feel like you've been our biggest cheerleaders, so thank you. I'm so happy to officially be part of a family. So here's a massive cheers to all of you guys. When lockdown hit and Billy, Leo and I moved to Bramble Cottage, it changed our relationship. Mike and I were talking about this quite a lot last night. You went from being my boyfriend's parents to feeling like family who knew me better than anyone. It can be a rare feeling as a partner, but I truly get to be myself around you, warts and all. And I think that really is a testament to your characters, and it's something that I value most in our relationship. So thank you so much for welcoming me into your home and into your family. It feels like one of the most natural feelings in the world to call my parents-in-law today. So here's a cheers to you. To my new brother-in-law, Billy. From living with you for a very, very, very long time in lockdown, to living with you back in London, you have truly, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, turned into a brother to me. The message I want to give you is actually quite a serious one, when I know that we can have a lot of jokes, but it is really to thank you for bringing so much happiness and cheekiness into our lives and into our dinners. And I can promise you that wherever we live in the world, there will be a Billy-shaped spare room wherever we are. Just please try not to break anything. Some messages to my own perfect little family. James, as your younger sister, I look up to you for so many reasons, but mainly because you possess all of the traits I often lack. Patience, attention, and a strong will to understand things before you start talking about them. We all know that's true. I know how lucky I am to have the relationship that we do as siblings, and it's something that I will cherish forever. Thank you so much for being such a strong role model to me over the years, and for helping build the person I am today. Here's a cheers to you. Mum, I actually want to start by saying your speech is amazing, so thank you so much. Throughout my life and throughout James's life, you've always been fiercely selfless, with a refusal to ever let people down, no matter what. You've shown me how to be independent and to be strong, but most importantly, how important it is to put other people ahead of ourselves in this world, which is something that I promise to take through life with me. Thank you so much for being such an amazing mum, best friend, and general motorbike riding, playboy, what did I say that? Playboy, rockin' rockstar. If I turned out to be anything like you in my 60s, I know I would have succeeded, so thank you. Now, this is probably the hardest part of the speech to write, because I didn't know if I was writing it for someone who would be here physically today or not. But it turns out that it doesn't matter, because I've come to learn that the people you love most will be with you wherever they are in life. So, here's your dad. Dad, you have always been our hero, from flying jets and being our maverick, to helping navigate us through life and letting us learn our own life lessons. You've taught us to be humble and proud, and to keep our heads held high no matter what life deals you. Ooh. The message that I really want to give you is to tell you that you are always there for us, even when you are not physically, and for that you've truly made me feel how powerful love is. So here's a cheers to Dad. Right, this is the final part of the speech where I'm going to be really honest. I've been imagining what this day would look like since I was about 10 years old. From the white horses arriving outside the venue to the bright pink wedding dress. Luckily, my taste has matured a bit since then. The one element that was outside my control when I was 10, no matter how hard I tried to imagine, was the person I chose to marry. The funny thing is that now, if I had the chance to speak to a younger me, the only thing that I would tell her is how lucky she is to have found the man that she's going to marry, and how that is truly what today is about. Leo. Woo. You fill the life of everyone that you know with so much sunshine, love and happiness, not just from your beautiful booming laugh, but from your infectious positivity that you exclude each and every day. I am being so honest when I say that I've never met anyone like you in my whole life, and I'm so happy to have just married you. The last message that I want to deliver is a very cheesy one, but it is basically to tell you how incredibly head over heels in love with you I am, and how happy I am to be spending the rest of my life as you and my husband. So, I'd love if we could all get together and have a massive cheers to all of you absolute legends being here today, and also to my drop-dead gorgeous, I've actually written that, drop-dead gorgeous husband.
I cried. Did you? Yeah, it was perfect. My teary cheek. I was with you.
That was amazing.
One of my fondest memories with Leo is standing in a Coldplay concert, cheering our hearts out to every song under the sun, because he's such a massive Coldplay song. And I wanted to do something a little bit different to welcome Leo in, because he's told me many a times that he would love to be Chris Martin and have all of the fans in the room screaming and singing at him. So I want us to try and recreate it. So I need you to come with me on this. Some of you might know the famous song by Coldplay, Vida La Vida, where the encore to the song is, and you're going to have to excuse my dulcet tones, is oh, 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 oh. What I want us to do to welcome Leo to the front of the room.
Good evening. And on behalf of my wife and I, thank you so much for coming and sharing what has been the absolute best day of our lives. Honestly, before we came in, we were waiting for the saxophonist to come through, and Lily and I were talking, and we were just discussing how everyone we've spoken to today has been on the best form, and I honestly feel like you've all brought your best selves today, so I really appreciate that. And the energy in the room is fantastic, so long may it continue, and thank you so much. And yeah, people have come from far and wide to be here, and we appreciate the international travel and the great distances and how difficult it is. And particularly grateful for the people who have swapped South African summer for the English winter, which I think we showed off in spectacular fashion this afternoon. I've never seen 100% rain on BBC Weather until today. Though, of course, seeing you all here highlights the absent few people who aren't here today. And whilst various people aren't able to make it for various reasons, it particularly highlights my Uncle Arch, who we lost in January this year. While no longer being with us, Arch is still very much part of today. It was his vintage MG that drove Lily to the ceremony this afternoon, which was kindly chauffeured by his friend Victor and organised by my Aunt Jill. And Arch loved family and he loved champagne, so I feel it's only appropriate to have the first of many toasts this evening to Arch. I'll join you to Arch. I feel that, Benny boy, I feel I have a really good appreciation for how much work goes into a wedding now, and the amount of love and support that all of you have given us over the last year has been quite phenomenal, and I almost feel like I could go around thanking you all individually, but doing that might take all evening, which would be about as painful for you as it would be for me. So instead I'm going to try and keep this brief and to a few people we especially have to thank, starting with Natalie and Millie, who made our wonderful wedding cake you can see outside. Millie is Lily's oldest friend and like a sister to her. And Natalie is a key inspiration behind why Lily wanted to become a chef in the first place. So having those guys make our cake is extremely special. I also want to thank my mum, Cara and Ruth, for the tireless effort that it takes to pick petals from your garden, dry them in your airing cupboard and turn them into sustainable confetti that we used in the barn today. That was 100% family garden stuff, so thank you very much. I'd say I'd like to introduce you to my ushers, but I think they've introduced themselves. So Bairdy, what a good job he's doing at MCing. This will be in advance, but Ginge, thanks in advance for the dance moves we're going to be treated to later on. You will thank him later, don't you worry. And JJ, thanks for being my new brother. I know you love nothing more in life than beating your sibling at a board game. And the good news is, you now have another one to beat. I'd also like to thank our page boys and flower girls. You guys are the future of our family, and seeing you all here together is extremely special. You've done a fantastic job, and Lily and I couldn't be happier with what you've done, so thank you so much. Moving on to our bridesmaids. Honestly, hanging out with you guys has been a real perk to dating Lily these last few years. And I'm lucky enough to have a lifetime of it to look forward to. Though I want to thank you today, not only for the support you've given Lily today and in the build-up to today, but all her life. So if you could please join me in a toast to the bridesmaids. Thank you. Moving on to the group without whom none of us would be here today, the parents. And starting with my new ones, and specifically Adrian. As we've touched on today, Lily's father's health prevents him from being here today, but he's going to watch today back via video link sometime soon, and we had a very good blessing ceremony at his care home about 6 weeks ago. I think weddings are a time when we reflect on our own lives and the lives of our families, and so I'm sure you can all appreciate how hard it's been not having him here today, though to acknowledge the fact that he is very much here in spirit. If you could all be upstanding and join me in a toast To Adrian. Thank you. And Angie. I mean, need I say any more? I've said it once and I'll say it again, but I really don't think a cooler mother-in-law exists. We touched on it earlier, but people couldn't believe it early this summer when I told them I was going to a festival with my mother-in-law-to-be and my fiancée, and that my mum and dad and brother wanted to join as well. And I just think it's a complete testament to how much fun you are to hang out with and how well our families get on before we're even married, which is something I'm very grateful for and think is extremely special. And to you and Adrian, I feel that there's so much I have to be thankful for your welcoming nature ever since I met you, and also for your generous contribution towards this evening, where you would be drinking far inferior wine if it wasn't for those guys. But I really want to thank you for raising Lily to be the woman she is today. It really is 1 in a million. And you deserve to be very proud, and you've made me feel like the luckiest guy in the world. On the topic of phenomenal parenting, Mum, Dad, thanks for everything. Thanks again. Your contribution, like Angie and Adrian, has been extremely generous towards today, though I feel my gratitude to you extends a full 32 years. To give you all an insight into my upbringing, it basically involved every Saturday driving an hour and a half to a football match, watching me play average for 90 minutes, covering the car in mud, and then coming home and saying, well played. And this wasn't just one weekend, this was every single weekend of their year. And you enabled me to grow up feeling I could rely on you for anything. And when I could rely on you for anything, anything became possible. And you let me grow up with the confidence to believe I could achieve whatever I wanted to in life. I also think you did a great job with my name. Sharing Leo with the best actor and the best footballer in the world has been a real result, so thanks for that. And who knew it'd become Leroy? Though I really don't think I'd be who I am or where I am today if it wasn't for your kindness, your love, your support, and no doubt at times patience. So thank you very much. Moving on to my best men. Hands up, we've got Billy, my brother, Whittle, my best friend, on the left. I think between the two of them, they have man-marked me since I was born. Whether it be growing up with Billy, going to university and touring South America with Whittle, or cycling through South America with Whittle, or living in Brixton with both of them. Billy, it's been a lot of fun growing up with a best mate as a brother, and I think that a lot of my motivation in life has come from trying to stop you being better than me at just about everything, whether it be football in the garden, cricket on the drive, academics, or more recently the peloton. Having a younger brother constantly breathing down my neck has no doubt pushed me further than I would ever have gone in life. I also really appreciate how well you get on with Lily, and when you lived with us, you were extremely respectful, and I think how you've got to know Lily almost like a sister is something to be really treasured, and I really appreciate that relationship you have with her. Whittle, like Billy, you've inspired me to the next level. It was your vision and hunger for life that made me quit a job at Deutsche Bank I actually quite enjoyed and worked pretty hard for, in order to live in a tent for 9 months and cycle up hills in South America all day. Though, whether it be taking on 10-kilometre swims, running marathons, or cycling over mountains, you're always a great reminder that it's only by risking going too far that we realise how far we can go. Your dreams, your visions, your big ideas often make little to no sense. But against the odds, they often work out. So I hope you never lose that dreamer inside you. I just need to check I've ticked everyone off here. So it looks like I have, and we better move on to the most important woman in the room, Mrs. Lily Harris. How good does that sound? Lily, what a journey we've been on. From meeting in Brixton, to living with my parents in lockdown, to renovating a flat together and starting Bitter Lemon. I feel that we've been so busy. But despite us being so busy, I've always found time to think to myself, how on earth have I done this? And to be quite honest, I still don't know how I have done it, but the paperwork's signed now, so. You honestly helped to bring out the best in me, and you've helped me grow up. I now have an appreciation for fine wine, interior design, and the benefits of keeping a clean house. And of course, I eat very good food these days as well. They say there are 3 rings in marriage. In Whitstable, I gave you an engagement ring. Today, we exchanged wedding rings. And as I stand before you tonight, I look forward to a lifetime of catering. Lily, there's so much I love about you. You have creativity and the ability to dream big. Picasso once said, every child is born an artist, but the difficulty is remaining an artist as we grow up. And I think you've certainly pulled that one off. You have such a curious imagination, and to you anything is possible, and you don't care what anyone else thinks. But you also have graft. As someone who lives with you and sees you every day, I can vouch that your success comes from your relentless hard work. I always thought that I was somebody who pushed it to the limit with hobbies and side projects. I tried to make the most out of every hour in every day. But when it's 10 o'clock at night and I'm trying to sleep whilst you're tapping away at your MacBook, designing a website or writing a recipe, I'm reminded that you can outdo even me. Lily, you're aspirational, yet humble. You're kind, yet fiercely competitive. You selflessly care for others. Your family and friends mean everything to you. And you are simply the most loving and optimistic person I know. You have courage, the kind of courage it takes to quit jobs and change careers, the courage it takes to make life sacrifices to pursue greater ambitions. And those qualities don't just inspire me, they inspire everyone who's lucky enough to meet you. And it's why I've never had a doubt in my mind that you're the girl for me. And why I'm so proud to call you my wife. When it comes to marriage, I'm all in. I'm here to support you and to use your Picasso-esque imagination. I'll be your wings and help you fly as high as you want to achieve whatever you've ever dreamed of. And I'm living to 100, so I can't wait to see what we achieve. I don't know what the future holds for us, but I do know whatever happens, we'll have fun. I mean, all we need is a kale salad and some hummus and we're buzzing. So with that, I want to thank you all once again for being here. And if you could join me in being upstanding and raising a glass to toast my beautiful wife and our future together. Thank you.
So I am very sad to say that we are coming to this conclusion of this segment of Leo and Lily's wedding. But thankfully for all of you, you don't have to listen to me for very much longer. But we do have some very special things to do. I'm privy to some pretty important information. I understand that there are two pretty important birthdays in the room today. If I could please have the father of the groom, Mike Harris, and Tom Whittle, one of the best men at the front of the room. Now, you're not going to believe this, but these two have actually turned the same age today. I couldn't believe it either. But I'd like you all to join us for a huge happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Happy birthday to you. So here we go, the piece de resistance. We've got 2 speeches left, and they're from the best men. So this best man partnership has been a love story in itself, so I'm really intrigued to see how this goes. 8 weeks ago, Tom Whittle and Billy Harris met each other in a coffee shop in Brixton to thrash out ideas on this best man speech, with the initial feedback after the session being really positive that they could work together. That was until that dream came crashing down when the heartbreaker that is Billy Harris sends Whittle a 6-paragraph breakup text message, citing creative differences and quote unquote, "It's not you, it's me." So it's only fair that we give Tom Whittle the first opportunity to say his piece on the groom, Leo Harris.
Very good, thank you. So just want to test this. It must be love! Love! Da-da. It must be love! Love! I forgot. Nothing more. Love is the... Good evening, Botley. My next line was, that was a huge improvement on earlier, but obviously not. Apologies. My name is Tom, if you don't know me by now. And I'm one of Leo's best men. I first met Leo when we were put on the same team at our university football club trials. Now, this was a big night. It was make or break. So understandably, I was feeling a little bit nervous. All of those feelings totally disappeared, however, when I looked forward in the warm-up to see our number 8. He was, and still is, one of the best athletes I've ever seen. tall, built like a machine, and his footballing technique, beautiful. I looked to my left and said, Leo, you see the number 8? That's Dave. If you get the ball, quickly pass it to Dave. Also known as Ginge. Thanks to Dave and Leo's David Beckham branded tracksuit bottoms, we made it into the squad and had a night out to celebrate. Leo was Leo, a legend, describing himself as a bit of a singer that goes by the cover name of George Wilde. Laughing incredibly loudly, and most importantly, bringing everyone on our team together. At the end of the night, I looked down at him, alongside 2 volunteer paramedics, to check for his pulse. Successfully, and thought to myself, this could be one of my best mates. And that turned out to be right. Since that night, almost 15 years ago, Leo and I have spent about 10 years living together, playing for and watching various sports teams throughout, and we've travelled the world. Most of you in the room tonight probably won't know this, as we don't really like to talk about it. But Leo, Chris, and I have cycled the length of South America. Well done, Benny. You were great. Leo, you were great. I was great. We were great. So after all this time together, you'd think I'd have a few embarrassing stories about Leo. But as I sat down to write this speech at lunchtime today, I struggled. In our group, Leo is known as Mr. Perfect, for short. Firstly, talented. The man has released music videos on a global scale. Disciplined. He's run sub-3-hour marathons. Cultured. He has recently gained a level 2 certification in wine tasting. And still fun too, as shown on the last night of your stag do, Leo, when you skied down in mountain in nothing but a bright green Borat mankini. The best thing I actually think about you though, Leo, is that you're always thinking of others. A case in point, and just a very small example of just how far Leo will go for his friends to be happy, is this book. Don't know why you're laughing, Leo. Test match special diary. The full story of England's World Cup winning and Ashes summer from the best seat in the house. It was my 30th birthday, and some of my friends had pulled together to get me 30 books. A lovely touch. Leo's was the standout, though. Not so much the book itself, obviously. It was more, as Leo explained to me, that he'd bought this book earlier that year, sent it to New Zealand for the author of the book and my cricketing hero that means a huge amount to me, Jonathan Agnew, to sign and then ship back. He was commentating on England's latest test match. Agger's favourite podcast in the world, had been great and wrote out a whole page message to me, so I thought I'd bring it along. Hi Tom, happy 30th birthday. From what I hear, you're an avid TMS listener, so it sounds to me like you've spent your 30 years very well. The summer of 2019 was a favourable one for English cricket, and I hope this book gives you something to remember it by. A very happy birthday, all the best, Aggers. Thank you, Leo. After tonight, one of the best birthday presents I ever could have had. I told so many people about this at the time, really just bragging about how much my best mate Leo does for me. Just a small example of the kind of company I keep. Now, Leo, before I go on, do you want to say anything about this book? Don't have to.
No comment.
Good. Because a few weeks later, I happened to bump into Jonathan Agnew at Lord's. I had a picture of the message on my phone, so running up to show him, I received the strangest look. He had no memory of signing one of these books, ever, let alone mine. And yes, he confirmed to me this definitely was not his handwriting. He put his hand on my shoulder, leant in and said, "I'm very sorry, pal, but your friend has totally had you on there." Sorry. So, Leo, I've known for around 2 years that you forged this message. And although we've discussed it several times together and you continue to take full credit and never, ever admitted to doing so, you did it for the right reasons. And I'd like to say sorry, I know this maybe wasn't the most appropriate forum in which to bring this up. Other than that, Leo, I've really got nothing bad to say. Although that was quite significant. Since our hungover chats at uni, to a tent in the middle of South America, and now, most likely, in the pavilion at the Oval, where we can still continue to go after what I've just revealed. I know I've always had someone there that's going to be there for me, and I can't say how much I appreciate that. Beyond that, the way you treat people around you, and the way you go about things in general, has definitely always been the number one inspiration for me on how to live my life. So I appreciate that a lot. And I really do think everyone in the room tonight will feel a little bit of that too, even if they meet you for a second. I was describing to Gabby earlier, when you speak to anyone, when you're speaking to them, you don't think there's anyone else in the room very present, and you make everyone you speak to feel very special. Turned it around. I know there's one particularly big fan here too, and that is Lily. Lily, good evening. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of your special day today. You look absolutely incredible. You really, really do. Within weeks of meeting you, it was abundantly clear to me that Leo had met the one. No doubt. We always used to joke that Leo's level of happiness was non-human. He once described rush hour on the Northern Line to me as a wonderful opportunity to close your eyes, breathe in, meditate, and set out in your intentions for the day ahead. But you, Lily, have definitely taken him to a new level. You exude the same positivity, curiosity, and selflessness that Leo does, meaning for me, he's not really changed as a person, he's just become a better version of himself. What you've achieved together by transforming 16 Dolberg Road, apologies for the state I left it in, and especially the creation of Bitter Lemon, has been amazing to see. Not only the successful results which you produced, but the way in which you work together, again for me, was an example on how to go about things and how to live life. It's, as far as a best mate's wife goes, you've been amazing. I'll always have really fond memories of our live chats over dog walks and drives down to the tea factory when some drastic improvements were needed, so thank you. Your care home wedding, I wanted to say, was incredibly special and a wonderful representation of who you are as a person. And so, Leo, Lily, I cannot wait to see you guys create more adventures together. I know they're definitely going to be big, and I know they're definitely going to be fun, because I really cannot think of two other people who make each other so happy. I'd like to finish with a small quote that for me maybe explains why. Life's most perfect irony is that by prioritising the happiness of others, it is ourselves that end up smiling the most. My only parting advice to you would be, if you have to forge another signature, do it, but make sure no one else finds out. So, if I could ask you to be upstanding, and we shall toast together to one of the best couples I know, Leo and Lily.
Very good.
Absolutely no pressure, Billy. If I could have you at the front, please. Happy New Year's Eve, Molly!
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Billy, and I'm Leo's younger brother. However, in the Harris family, I'm usually just known as the youngest. I'll give you an example. When Mum and Dad introduce Leo and I to new people they meet, they usually say, "This is Leo. He's a great guy, got a brilliant career at Deutsche Bank, and he's about to marry a beautiful woman called Lily. And this is Billy, our youngest." I'll be honest, being the less good-looking brother growing up hasn't been easy. But now Leo's married, hopefully you won't have to worry about this as much. First things first, I'd just like to say thank you to the flower girls and the bridesmaids for doing such a brilliant job today. You all look beautiful and are only eclipsed by Lily herself, who is looking absolutely stunning. So Leo and Lily, where do I start? Well, having lived with you both for about 3 years, which I realise probably overstayed my welcome, I feel like I've third-wheeled your relationship closer to within an inch of its life, and I'd just like to say thank you for always being okay with that. Lily, you really do feel like a sister to me, and I feel very fortunate to have got to have known you so well. But I think it's only fair, even if a little late, to give Lily and everybody else here a bit more of an insight into the man Lily has just married. So here we go. People often say that Leo is lucky in life, and in many ways they're right. This reputation started from a young age, when Leo started winning every single football sweepstake that he entered. Yep. Aged 14, Leo picked out Greece for Euro 2004, and yes, somehow Greece won that tournament. And then, for the World Cup in 2006, Leo's luck continued when he picked out Italy, the eventual winners of that World Cup. Nobody wanted to enter a sweepstake with Leo in it again. But when you look a little closer, you find a little bit more behind this apparent luck. What you put into life is what you get out. And I think for all of us who know Leo well, we would agree that he puts 110% into everything he does. This trait started from when Leo was a toddler. One day at nursery school, when Leo was just 3 years old, the nursery school teacher put a pot of flowers in the middle of the table and asked the children to paint the flowers. No trouble to Leo, who picked up his paintbrush, dipped the paintbrush in the paint, and literally started painting the flowers in the pot. No, 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 said the nursery school teacher. You must paint the flowers on the paper. Without hesitation, Leo took the flowers out of the pot, put the flowers in the paper, and started painting them there. I think that was the beginning and the end of Leo's artistic career. But bless him, he was certainly trying his best. Leo's 110% commitment to the job in hand has stayed with him throughout life. When Leo took up running, he ran a sub-3-hour marathon and became a running coach in the process. When he took up cycling, well, we all know how far he cycled on that trip. When he discovered his passion for wine, he studied for and passed his level 2 wine course. And when he took up singing, he got singing lessons after work for months on end, made a song about Jaeger bombs, and then rented a bar in Camden Lock at 6 a.m. on a cold, wintry Sunday morning for all of his friends and family to help him make a music video for the song. Leo Harris does not do things by half, and I have no doubt that when it comes to being a husband, he'll continue to give 110%. But even beyond his hard work, Leo always finds a way of making a problem into a solution. Which takes you back to a time when Leo first moved to London following university. Having just finished a gym session at the Virgin Active in Moorgate one morning before work, Leo was getting changed into his suit when he realised that he had forgotten to bring a black pair of socks to go to work in. Not a problem for Leo though, who decided to wait for the man next to him to jump into the shower so that he could steal the other man's socks and quickly run off to work before getting caught. And it wasn't too long ago that Leo lost his navy blue suit trousers, but somehow I got the blame. But I'm glad to see that he managed to find these trousers in his wardrobe this morning. Leo, on a more serious note, the positive energy and dedication that you bring to everything and everyone who is important to us is a lesson to us all. Whether it is with friends, family, work colleagues, or people you meet for the first time, you are the life and soul of the party, the most upbeat person in the room, and always the one with the loudest laugh. Your never-ending enthusiasm for life rubs off on us all. Thank you for being the biggest role model in my life. Lily, your caring, thoughtful and patient personality with your creative spark and heart of gold is the perfect match for Leo. I didn't think it was possible, but you have made the happiest guy in the world even happier. Lily, you have felt part of our family from the moment you stepped through the door. at Bramble Cottage at the beginning of lockdown. But today, we are thrilled to officially welcome you to the Harris family. And perhaps even more importantly, if you check your phone, I'm happy to announce that you are now officially part of the Harris Family WhatsApp group as well. Leo, Lily, I speak on behalf of everybody here today. Having seen how many amazing memories you've shared over the past few years, we are all incredibly excited to see what the future holds for you both, now that you're a married couple. There's a famous quote that goes, if you have two best friends in your lifetime, you should consider yourself lucky. Today is my greatest joy that two of my best friends married each other. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please be upstanding, raise your glasses, and join me in a toast to the wonderful new couple, Mr. and Mrs. Harris.
Very well done, that was great.